Larian Studios finally unveiled some gameplay during PAX East 2020 for upcoming Baldur's Gate 3. But we also got to check out an almost 3-hour presentation before the conference which shared a lot of info about gameplay, mechanics, character creation, classes, and combat. The visuals are quite akin to that of Divinity Original Sins 2, as Larian is using an updated engine, but even layout and character creation is quite similar. However, this will change over time and is not the final look. The gameplay preview also confirmed turn-based combat, which many have speculated, and there is no real-time combat. We also got to see the dialogue options with first-person point of view and some of the interactions you can expect in-game. We have 2 whole new videos which cover everything we know about Baldur's Gate 3, as well as our first impressions, so if you want to know more, you can check them out on our channel. CD Projekt Red have unveiled new details that could sway you in picking up Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox One, as there will be a free upgrade available for Xbox Series X when it's available. In a tweet, the developer explained how it would be unfair to force players to purchase the same game twice, as many will upgrade to the latest version of Xbox when it releases. So to make things a little fairer, they are offering Cyberpunk players a free upgrade. This is part of the smart delivery system, ensuring that players have the best version of the Xbox title for their hardware. Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the most highly anticipated titles of this year, with its sci-fi action gameplay and highly detailed world. It's also made our list of Fextralife's top upcoming RPGs of 2020, which is quite a packed year. This week was the arrival of the latest patch update 25 for Elder Scrolls Online. Along with it came the latest downloadable content, Harrowstorm, which provides 2 new dungeons, Ice Reach and Unhallowed Grave. Update 25 is a bit of an unusual one, as it means all players need to re-download the game, but the good news is that it will save you a chunk of space on your hard drive, as ZeniMax have now consolidated a number of duplicate files and older data that is now obsolete. There are also a few performance improvements to the base game, the first wave of frame rate updates providing smoother display of motion and optimization. The 2 new dungeons are part of the Dark Heart of Skyrim content. Ice Reach takes players across the Seas of Ghosts to the Witch Coven that inhabit the Isle. Unhallowed Grave takes players to the old Bankerai garrison, where something mysterious is buried. Expect a lot of grappling fun with this one. New dungeons means new sets, including 2 additional monster sets. For all the major changes with Update 25, you can check out our website and visit our Elder Scrolls Online wiki for all the latest info. Bandai Namco sneakily released another DLC for Code Vein called Frozen Empress. The DLC is now available either separately for $9.99 or as part of the Season Pass for $24.99. The downloadable content introduces the ice-wielding foe known as the Frozen Empress, who can use ice elemental attacks with their cold iron armor. Accompanying the Empress's attacks are 2 crystals that on occasion will trigger support effects. Clearing the horror hunting trials will grant players with bonuses such as new gifts, weapons, blood veils, and cosmetics, but there are certain requirements during the battle against the Frozen Empress that will need to be completed. Koei Tecmo this week hosted a fan event in Tokyo where they showed some gameplay of the upcoming action RPG Nioh 2. They showcased some of the single-player combat, including gameplay featuring a few different weapon types such as bows and switchglaives. There was also some multiplayer gameplay shown pitting players against the boss Makara Naotaka. There was also more news about the developer Team Ninja, who shared in an article in Famitsu about post-launch content. They are planning to add further difficulty modes after launch, as well as 3 big DLC stories, which will be comparable to the size of previous Nioh's downloadable content. Other interesting highlights include that the devs wish to add 2 new weapons to the game but are having a hard time coming up with some ideas, so they are asking players for some suggestions. So if you want to share some requests, now's probably the time to tweet the devs with the kind of weapons you'd want to see in the game. The Last Chance trial is currently happening over this weekend until March 1st, allowing players to try out 3 missions. You can also check out our Twitch channel to see the trial in action. Blizzard have released their first quarterly update for Diablo 4 of the year, which outlines some of the changes to UI, the monster family, co-op features, and more updates. The action bar position has changed a little, but depending on what platform you're playing on. While Blizz aimed to have the action bar positioned on the left side of the screen to help alleviate space in the middle to help with viewing combat, this didn't work well when tested with PC players. Ultimately, what they found was depending on how far away you're sitting from your screen will determine which one works best. Since PC will come with controller support, they are planning to give both options for corner action bar and middle to suit both inputs. This is the first time Blizzard will be producing a Diablo game simultaneously on console and PC. To give fluidity between the different inputs, UI has been quite grid-based. The developer assures that the controller support won't limit how complex the game is, and they're striving to make the layout interaction as user-friendly as possible. Fans will be happy to know that couch co-op is very much a part of Diablo 4. One thing that Blizzard has decided to show is allow core progression UI screens to be opened by either player independently, and can be viewed at the same time. The update also introduced monster families which contain a number of different enemy archetypes, each having their own combat style and look. Pearl Abyss are celebrating the 4th anniversary of the fantasy MMORPG Black Desert Online with a free weekend from now, and it ends March 2nd, 7 AM PST. They are also giving away free game passes to players. You can pick up the game from the official website or on Steam. If you haven't tried the Game Pass for Black Desert Online, now's your chance. You can claim a free starter package Game Pass by visiting their official website. The fantasy MMORPG comes with highly detailed character customization tools, high action combat with monsters to slay, a huge open world to explore, and life skills such as crafting, hunting, fishing, and more. A recent livestream introduced more features for upcoming online action RPG Blue Protocol by Bandai Namco. It also talked about the possibility of a global release. Blue Protocol so far has been announced for a Japanese release only. Recently it was announced that the MMORPG will be a free-to-play title with a Japanese closed beta test starting in March. The livestream, which was summarized by Blue Protocol DB, where the developers talked about the question of whether there would be global servers. However, while they do have a global release in mind, they still need to hire people to have an international launch and don't have an announcement for now. There are also more details revealed, which include a Game Pass type monetization model, no current plans for PvP, plans for player housing, fishing, and further classes post-launch. There is also Arena mode, which pits players against waves of monsters. Well, that's it for the week in the wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits. And budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us with news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness.